Right now, though, we start with that breaking news out of Idaho. The man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students has now made his first court appearance in Latah County just hours after being extradited from Pennsylvania. And right now, we're learning new details about how investigators say they have tied him to the killings. KOMO's Steve McCarran is tracking these latest developments from the live desk. Steve?
And Molly, there is a lot to unpack this morning. So nearly 8 weeks after these murders, we are finally learning how investigators pieced everything together. I want to show you some new video that we just obtained in the last hour. It shows Bryan Kohberger inside of a Latah County courtroom, now facing several charges. That includes 4 counts of murder and 1 count of burglary. Kohberger telling the judge he understood each of the charges as she read off to them. He did not enter a plea this morning during that hearing, and the judge denied his lawyer's request for bail. So let's break down some of the main points from these newly released court documents that were just unsealed this morning. Police believe the murders happened over a 25-minute period the morning of November 13th. Investigators say they connected Kohberger to the killings using DNA evidence, cell phone records, his car, and also surveillance video. Court records state DNA matching Kohberger's profile was found on the button snap of a knife sheath near the bed next to one of the victims after the murders. Records also state a man in dark-colored clothing wearing a mask walked past one of the surviving roommates in that house as he was making his getaway. So based on phone records, detectives say Kohberger tried to conceal his location during the murders, even visited the area where the murders happened at least 12 times between June of last year and November 13th of last year. Records also state agents recovered trash from his family's home in Pennsylvania. DNA from that trash matched a profile obtained by the knife sheath that was found in the home. In court this morning, Kohberger's lawyer said he has a good family that stands behind him, and the judge also read him some of his rights.
You have the right to be represented by a lawyer. If you cannot afford one could be appointed to represent you based upon your financial need. You also have the right to appeal any conviction in your case. Do you understand these rights?
Yes.
Kohberger only speaking a few times this morning. His court appearance this morning comes just hours after he was flown to Idaho from Pennsylvania. The 28-year-old is a doctoral student at Washington State University in Pullman, 8 miles away from Moscow. He was arrested at his parents' home in eastern Pennsylvania last week and agreed to be extradited to Idaho. His attorney in Pennsylvania said Kohberger was eager to be exonerated and described him as an ordinary guy. Now, court records state he applied for an internship with Pullman police last fall, traveled back to the crime scene several hours after the murders. 2 big things that still have not been answered this morning: a possible motive for the killings and how Kohberger was connected to the 4 victims, if at all. Hopefully we get those hours in the days and weeks ahead. Molly?